warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nurul Kamila from FIMTKB 2018. In this video, I will explain about surface area and volume on pyramid and cones. Hi guys, it is now to learn about how to find the surface area and volume of pyramid. Here is a square base pyramid. Let us first identify what we call as part of this pyramid so that we can refer back to them. Well, call the bottom of this pyramid the base, and well, the rest of the surface the lateral face. So, how do you find the surface area of a pyramid? Well, all you need to do is make sure that you find the area of each side, and then add it all together. However, do note that this measure right over here is representing the height of the lateral face and not the height of the pyramid itself. So, since this is a square base pyramid, one of the series will of course be a square. We can get the area of the base by doing 10 times 10 with a call 100 cm square. Now, let's find the area of the angular lateral face so that we can add them to the area of the base to get the total surface area. Fortunately, the height of the eighth triangle is given to us as 50 cm. Notice how we are dealing with the height of a triangle and not the height of the pyramid itself. Why? Well, we are trying to find the area of triangle which should be based on the height of the triangle itself. Since now, the area of a triangle base times height divided by 2. And we have all the info we can fill in the formula by doing 10 cm times 15 cm divided by 2, which equals 75 cm square. And since this pyramid consists of 4 triangles that are identical in area, we can multiply 75 times 4 equal 300 cm square. If we add our surface area we've calculated together, we get 300 plus 100 to give us a total surface area of 400 cm square. Now, this was a situation where the height of the triangular lateral face was given to us, which made it easier to find the surface area of the pyramid. But what was not given to us and is that we were given the height of the pyramid itself. So let's try another sample with different dimension, but this time given the height of the pyramid state and see what we would do to find the surface area here. So, in this pyramid, we find the area of the base by doing 8 times 8 to get an area of 64 cm square. And now, let's deal with the area of the lateral face that we need to add to this. Let's think about this for a code. We know that this here is the height of the pyramid since the top of the pyramid is in the dead center of the pyramid. We know that this straight line though won't mean the very center of the square on the base side. This means that this over here would measure actually half of x centimeter, making it or centimeter, and since the height of the pyramid when is 7 centimeters, create a 90 degree angle with the 4 centimeter like that. We just discovered we can use the Pythagorean theorem to find the value of this right here, which is, of course, the hypotenuse of this triangle. And since the value of this triangle is the sum of the height of this linear face, we can use the information to find the area of this linear face. So, all we need to do is to plug in the information we have at our disposal into the Pythagorean theorem, where a square plus b square is equal c square. We have 7 cm and 4 cm as the measurement for length that make up this 90-degree angle. So, we will plug them into A and B to get 7 square plus 4 square equals c square. If we simplify this, we get 49 plus 16 equals c square, and this 65 equals c square. We know that we can square root both sides and we get roughly 8.06 equals c. Therefore, it turned out to be the case that the height is roughly 0.06 cm. Notice again now how it is different from the height of the pyramid cone. So, now that we have the approximate height, let's find it by plugging the information we have so pass into the formula for the area of a triangle. This is simple: 8 times 8.06 divided by 2, and this works out to be roughly 32.24 of this triangular face. We will multiply 32.24 cm square times 4, which gives us 128.96 cm square. Now, if we retrieve our area of the base that we have calculated earlier, or with 164 cm square, and added to our area of the 4 linear face, we get 192.96 cm square. So, the surface area of this pyramid is roughly 192.96, with some room for error, since let's not forget we did run that 8.06 earlier and during our calculation. Alright, so it is important to remember that when you are looking for the surface area of a pyramid and you are trying to find the area of the linear face to enter the area of the base, you can use the height of the pyramid to find the area of the linear basis. We need to use the height of the linear face itself, which will add here be given to use, or we may have to find that our surface through some sort of trick. Of course, in this case, we also use our knowledge of the Pythagorean theorem to find the height of the linear face. Awesome. And how about the volume of a pyramid? How would we do that? Well, it's pretty easy. All we have to do is follow this formula right here: base area times height of pyramid divided by 3. So, in this situation, we have the height of the triangular linear face over here. So, we can fill in our formula with the information we have at our disposal for the area of the base. We do 8 times 8, which equals 64. We multiply 64 times 7 and divide by 3 to get an approximates total of 149.33 centimeter cubic. So, try our volumes again. Take a look at the difference between how to find the surface area. Next, we discuss the surface area of a cone. Alright, so let's consider an ice cream cone except without the actual ice cream, of course. So, this is what a cone looks like: surface or around, and the bottom is a circle. And yes, this circle is also part of the surface area of the cone. Alright, so the question you are probably been begging to know the answer for is, how do we find the surface area of a cone? Well, the formula is simple. The surface area of a cone is equal to base area of the cone plus area of the cone. The base area of a cone is simple. A circle, the area of a circle, as you might already know by now, is pi r squared, where r is the radius, the circle. The larger area of a cone is everything else other than the base area. The formula for this is phi rs, where s is the slack height of the cone. Do note that this is different from the actual height of a cone. The slack height will be a little bit larger than the actual height. So, if we add these areas together, we get the total surface area. Well, if we have memorized our surface area of a cone formula, then we can just start by boosting that out right here, the slack height of this S. So I see is 7 centimeter. Good. So, if you plug in our values, well, good 5 times 5 square plus 5 times 5 times 7. If we simplify, we get 25 times v plus 35 times v equal 65 equal 188.50 centimeters square. Let's try another sample. Alright, before we move further, we need to see difference between this question and this very first one. The very first question gave us the values of the radius and slack height. This question, however, it gave us use the radius and the height of the cone itself. Here is our formula for the surface area of a cone. Now, what can we do about the fact that this S over here is supposed to be plugged in with the value of the slack height and not the height of the cone itself? So, we just plug it in there and hope that magically things happen. And that notice, no way, that's not what a true net would do. Let's take a look at what we found. Got here is a good is 90 degree angle that makes this to the length of a right angle triangle, which slack is the hypotenuse. Now, do you remember the Pythagorean theorem? Well, then let's follow up what remember. A square plus b squared equal c squared, where a and b are lengths and c is the hypotenuse. So, what we have if we plug our value is 4 centimeters square plus 6 centimeters square equal c square. Simplicity. to 16 plus 36, with equal 52, we have 52 equal c square, in which we square root both sides to get square root 52 equal c. So length of the side is square root of 52. So let's work in the square root of 52 here and move on with our formula for finding the surface area of a cone. Is we fill in the equation here, and simplicity we get a result of roughly 140.88 centimeter square. Not too hard, right? Let's do one more example. Okay, so we want to get the surface area of this right here, but the problem is that we just get the surface area of an entire cone. Then we will have added this amount with shorten be added, and we would not have added this 40 right here with short be added. So how would we do this? Alright, let's think this strongly, just so that we are really clear about what our objective is here. We will start by getting the surface area of the entire cone first. Then we will need to subtract this far over here, which is the larger surface of the small cone. And then we will need to include this far over here into our surface area calculation. This area here can be seen as the base area for the small cone. And as a result, we find out what the surface area of this part is which was our original objective. So, we have effectively created a general formula for ourselves to find the total area of this section here. So, how do we find the total surface area of the entire cone? Well, we know that the formula for a cone is 5 times r squared plus 5 rs, but since we have the dimension for both the large cone and the small cone, we need to differentiate which one we are talking about. So, we will label this over here with a subscript L, as well as is as since we want to find the area of the large cone. Now, what the larger area of the small cone? Well, the larger area is just this 40 right here, and we know that the formula for finding the larger is 5rs. But instead of looking at the larger radius analogous like height, we should be looking at the small radius and small height. So we'll denote this variable with subscript as forward. Lastly, what the base area of the small cone? What we know is 5rs square, but we need to be more specific and refer to it use 5 times rs square to represent the small base. So we get the formula for the total surface area of the cone. So we are given the radius for both the large cone and the small cone. Let's plot that inverse if we simplify the square and rearrange it. We have 25 times 5 plus 5 times 5 times 5 minus 3 times 5 times 5 small plus 9 times 5. Okay, let's figure out what the leg height is now. We're given both the height and the radius of the small and large cones, so we can use the Pythagorean theorem. find the dislike height for both of them, starting with the larger cone. A square plus b square equals c square. We plug in our values for a and b with 5 and 10 respectively. We get 5 square plus 10 square equals c square is 25 plus 10 square which is 100 equal c square. We had 25 and 100, we get 125 equals c square. Let's square root both sides to get square root 125 equals c. So the dislike height for the larger cone is square root of 125. Now let's find the dislike height for the small cone. So again, a square plus b square equals c square. We plug in our value for a and b with 3 and 4 respectively. We get 9 plus 16 equals c square. We had 9 and 16 to get 25 equals c square. Let's square root both sides to get square root 25 equals c. We can simplicity this down to 5 since. Good. So now that we have all our values, let's plug this number back into the equation that we made for ourselves. Now if we simplify all this by putting into our calculator, we get a final value of roughly 235.31 cm square as our total surface area for this section. Also, the key here is to know that the surface area of a cone is made of two portions that are added together. We've got the base area, which is the area of a circle, and then you are got everything else wrapping around calculate the larger area. Next, we discuss the volume of a cone. Let's kick this video off with the formula for finding the volume of a cone. So, the volume of a cone is equal to 5 times r square times height over 3. Now, when you are finding the surface area of the cone, you are looking for the dislike height. When you are looking for the volume of cone, this height over here is referring to the actual height of the cone, definitely not the dislike height. So, without further ado, let's try question together. So, the volume of this cone is fairly easy to get. We just need to remember the formula 5r squared times height over 3. Now, diagram for figures used with both the radius and the height of the cone. So all we have to do is plug them into our equation 5 times 2 square times 4 over 3, which if we calculated equal to roughly 16.755 meter cubic. Nice! Let's do another question together. How can we find the volume of this cone? Well, the formula is the volume of a cone equal 5r squared times height over 3. So, we have the dimension for our height, which is 3, but we know that our height is not 5 meter. Why? Yes, because for volume the height is referring to the height of the cone itself. So we can do from here is use the deuterium to find the like we have the value of a NB. Of a NC. So let's plug them into get 3 squared plus b squared equal 5 squared. Then v9 plus b squared 25 is let b squared by subtracting both sides by 9 to get b squared equals 16. Let's use square root both sides to get b equal 4. So the height is 4. Now we can get the volume of this cone easily since we have all the volume. For our formula it we plug, then we get 5 times 3 squared times 4 over 3. This equal roughly to our 180.435 meter cubic. Good. Okay guys, that's all I see. If there is something wrong in my delivery, I apologize. I'm Andy. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.